Happy Friday, guys. I'm Christina, and today we have Mr. Chris with Kingdom Designs chatting with us, and we're super excited. He's one of our awesome vendors and teachers at Everything Embroidery Market. If you do not know when the next one's going to be, it's going to be September 22nd through the 24th in Myrtle Beach. And Chris is actually local,
Yep.
so that's super or excited,
Could be
one
both.
of the two, everything. So Chris has a store front just a few miles from the convention center, and that is really, really awesome. Actually, I'm going to turn it over to you, Chris. Tell us a little bit about what Kingdom Designs is, and what you'll be bringing to Everything Embroidery Market in
Sure,
September.
awesome. And thank you for the introduction. Yeah, I hope the tan at least is good enough that you could tell I'm from the beach, right?
Yes.
But I'm Chris with Kingdom Designs. We like to consider ourselves more of a one-stop shop for decoration businesses. So we're in a couple of different worlds with that: sublimination, vinyl, screen print transfers, white toner printers, basically different supplies that you would need for each of those worlds. Like blanks and inks and printers, and then the vinyl and stuff, of course, as well. So we're super excited to be a part of this, being that we're very heavy in the community ourselves. It's great to always meet folks in person, and especially touch and feel some of these different decoration methods that are out there. So we're super pumped for that. As far as what we're bringing to the show, a little bit of everything. As you mentioned, we do have a retail store minutes away from the convention center, which for us is super convenient. So we're able to kind of bring everything from the store over. And if we don't have enough of something, we have more back at the store. So we plan to kind of utilize that benefit that we have. But that being said, we'll have some equipment, heat presses, sublimation printers, vinyl cutters. We'll have supplies, the actual like Caesar vinyl, Starcraft vinyl, of course, sublimation blanks, and that's a huge variety, all the way from car coasters to garden flags and all kinds of fun stuff in the sublimation world. So we'll have a bit of everything. And if we don't have it there, we'll be able to kind of retrieve it from the store. It's a little insider secret being that we're so close. So we're super pumped for that.
Yeah, and I think that people are going to eat that up because that's like a huge draw, right? You can only bring so much to the
Right.
show. There's only so much space, but you have your whole warehouse and store that you can just
Yep.
grab from, bring it on
Yep.
over. And before or after the event, you can stop by your
Right.
your store and check it out.
We would
Um,
super appreciate that too.
yeah. So you mentioned a little bit beforehand that you have something going on just before the event. Do you want to tell everyone about
Sure, yeah,
that?
I'd love to. So, our retail store, we've been selling online for a couple of years now. Our retail store is relatively new in the sense of we just opened it maybe 3 or 4 months ago at this point. And that being said, kind of on our roadmap to launching the store was doing classes in our store for our locals, because again, we're in multiple different worlds of decorations. The neat thing is that being that you guys are hosting the show, Caesar, I'm sure folks know, is going to be there. And Stephanie from Caesar, who works with Caesar, is actually going to launch our first class with us the day before the show at our store. So for us and our locals, it's our first official class in the store. And then, we have the added bonus of Stephanie being there with us. So she's bringing some goodies with her for the class itself. And she's going to be talking about some vinyl things. We'll be talking about some sublimation things. But we're planning for it to be a really good time, being our first class. A lot of the locals are excited, and we'd love to have anybody else, that's coming into town. Maybe you're coming a little bit early for the show or don't have anything planned the day before. Be a great, kind of place to go and something to do beforehand. We don't have an exact time yet, but we're working on it. We should be able to release it soon. But I imagine it's probably going to be in the evening, 6 o'clock ish.
Yes, and Stephanie's wonderful. So
Yeah,
Stephanie's going to be at your store, and then she's going to hop on over to Everything Embroidery Market. And if you haven't, if you haven't seen it, we've already done a live with Stephanie about the classes she'll be teaching,
yeah,
and then she'll actually be in your booth for part of the time when she's not teaching. So if you guys miss her class or miss Chris's classes because you're teaching a couple, you can always touch base with them in the booth during, I guess, when you're not in another class.
right.
Yeah.
So I think that's really awesome, and we can kind of segue from there to the classes that you're teaching.
Sure.
So at the event, you're teaching two classes. One is going to be Friday evening, I believe, at 5:30,
Yep.
and that's the everything you need to know to start a sublimation business. So tell everyone what you'll be going through in that class.
Yeah, so that's one of our favorite classes, and oddly enough, it's almost a conversation that we have pretty often with customers that stop by locally or even sometimes online. And really, what that's about is whether you're in a decorating world or not. I know obviously embroidery and vinyl. Either you're in that or you're just starting. Either way is okay. This is kind of an introduction to how it all works with sublimination, what you need to get rocking and rolling, and then some examples of what you can produce with that and where you can take it. Over the years, as we've been selling online, we've been blessed to work with so many different business owners, even hobby crafters that have kind of shared their experience and their journey with us. And sublimination is such a huge part of that. Most end up, if they started with vinyl or they started with screen print transfers or even embroidery, they end up somehow or another ending up in the sublimation world. And a lot of the times they have a lot of success with it. So we're excited for that class to be able to show you big picture, basically how you can get into it, what you can do to grow with it, everything you'll need, kind of hardware related, which is not much, by the way. And just one additional note, something else we're excited that we're going to bring to that class. We do have on our website sublimation starter box, we call it. And
Oh,
basically, it's a little kit that gives you some blanks and it gives you some pre-made sublimation prints. And the whole purpose of this box is for you to be able to take those prints, press the sublimation, learn, the times and the temperatures and kind of how the process works without having to go buy a printer and the inks and the papers and all that. It's like everything in a box.
A
And
kit,
that'll get
starter
you kind
kit.
of started to try it, see how you like it. And if you don't like it, you stop there. Or if you do like it, now you know what you need to do next to kind of get into it. So we're going to make sure to bring some of those boxes to the class and then our booth as well, and then our store, of course. But we're excited about that just because it's a very easy, cost-effective way without going out and buying a printer to give it a try at home once you look into it.
yeah. Well, and that's actually one of my favorite things about the event, right? People have heard about all these different avenues and different techniques and different things, and they know it's there, but they
Yeah,
haven't seen it in person. They haven't had the opportunity to try it, touch it, feel it,
yeah,
watch it actually be done, and at the show, that's what we're offering you. You get to see it happen in person, in real time. You get to see what it takes. You get to feel it, and you get to then ask questions to experts
yeah,
like yourself who are in the industry daily and they can help you. Maybe, okay, so and you can ask questions to them, right? So you're like, hey, I'm Chris, I'm the expert. what what is your goal for your business?
right,
And okay, so your goal is this may be your best option. Whether if and you're like, no, maybe I'm a hobbyer. When you're like, okay, well, maybe you don't want to buy all this equipment, but as
right,
a hobbyist, you can do this. And you can kind of help someone figure out what's best for them versus that person spending all their time
right,
online and, maybe wasting money because they just guessed and they
right.
didn't actually get to try it out beforehand.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
great point. And I didn't mention it, but of course, we're going to press some sublimination blanks while we're doing that class as well. So you can see the process,
mhm.
like you said, and then touch and feel the final products there just to
Yes.
get an idea of what you're going to end up with. So that'll be happening during that class as well.
Yes, awesome. And so then on Saturday morning, you're teaching another class, and that one is going to be more holiday item related. Do you want to kind of go into that class?
Yeah,
What
for
that's
so
about?
we're going to be teaching the start of sublimation business basically on Friday, and then on Saturday that morning, that 8:30
Yeah.
class. That's actually the same class again for folks who couldn't make
Oh,
the first one. At
just kidding.
noon is our holiday class.
Just
Yeah.
I
kidding.
just want to make sure no, it's fine. I just don't want
Yep,
anyone to end up in the same class twice and shoot.
just kidding.
uh, okay, good. So Saturday at noon is the holiday class, and this one I'm excited about as well. So being that we've sold online over the years, and again, we're very close with our community, so we get to see kind of what's working, what's not, hot sellers, and the items that folks are making that are kind of seasonal. Every year a new blank or something seems to come out that takes everybody
All
by
the
storm.
trends.
Yeah, right. All the trends, exactly. So with that being what we've seen, what we're going to do is we're going to bring some blanks, of course, that are finished, right? So we'll show you kind of here's the final result of what you can make with these blanks. And then on top of that, we're going to show you kind of your cost. And of course, it kind of varies depending on the printers and the inks and the papers that you're using, but a roundabout cost for you to produce it. And then what on average our customers are retailing them for. So there's a couple of items, we consider them like big ticket items where as a maker, you don't have to put a lot in as far as cost goes, but they seem to retail with a bigger spread just because of some of the value behind it. And I don't want to go too deep because I don't want to spoil any of it, but there's a lot of items out there, especially during the holidays, that you kind of take advantage of that'll help, boost your sales and boost your business. So we're going to take those items, show you what it is, how to make it, what it would cost, and then what you can retail it for. And these are kind of the bigger items that seem to always, do well during the holidays. And then some new stuff as well, kind of what's coming up this year that we're already seeing trends towards and folks are making. So you'll be able to see all that and kind of get together a game plan, because I know it seems crazy, but September is the time to start producing and
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
and moving forward. Because really, if you think about it, you're going to start selling probably late October, if not earlier, late October, November, and December. So now is the time to really take advantage of a game plan.
Oh, yeah. It's the perfect time to take that class and to get all the inside scoop and kind of figure out what you're doing for the holidays or add to what you already have in mind. I'm sure there's a lot of people that will kind of pivot like, oh, wait, this is a great idea. Maybe I don't need X or whatever.
Right.
And you had shown us when you were on the podcast some of this stuff, and it was just, I wanted all of it. So I'm sure others will feel the same.
I was going to bring the stuff again too, but I forgot to bring it this time around. So you have to go to the class to see it.
Yeah, you have to go to the class and see.
But yeah, we're excited about that. The holidays for a lot of our ladies and other small businesses that we work with, it's a big time for them. And it's a lot easier when you kind of have a shoulder to lean on, or the ability to touch and feel the different options that are out there and figure out where you're going with it, especially getting into something and knowing like it's doing really well for a majority of folks. It's a little bit less risky as far as, kind of making that investment into those blanks and advertising and all that. So we love to really get engaged as much as possible this time of year. So this class is like right up our alley on something that we would do in the near future. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think so if anyone's like me, I sometimes will get stuck just doing the same thing, right? I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. It works, but like I don't think about what could make it even a little bit better or something maybe just a little bit new. And this class will just open that up, right? You're able to see what has sold, what's coming up, seeing different trends. And I think that brings a whole lot of value. So
for sure.
Hi, Lisa. I see Lisa Shaw said, good morning from Colorado. We're excited to see you next month. And it's right around the corner. I can't believe it.
So fast.
Oh, man. I think I looked at our countdown and it's like 42 days or 41 days or something like that. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So actually, on that note, I'm just going to do a quick little disclaimer. If you guys have not signed up for classes or registration, you want to do that now. We are seeing some classes getting close to being sold out, and there are several that will sell out. So if there's anything on our website, eemshows.com, you'll see the full list of what's available. go ahead, sign up, reserve your spot, because once it's full, it's full. Of course, you'll still be able to chat with those people on the vendor floor, but those classes will fill up. So go ahead, sign up. And on that same note, we do have a hotel block with the, what is it, the Sheraton that's connected to the convention center. That information is on the EEM show's website as well. And you want to make sure that you get in that block, because what is it? Do you remember what day it is? It's this month, just a couple
August
weeks.
22nd. We will
August
also
22nd.
send out an email prior to it closing off. But yeah, it's August 22nd is the last day to book your hotel. So get in there. It is filling up. It is almost filled. So
yeah, just being a local, speaking on that, the hotels around here, of course, being a tourist location, they tend to fill up very quickly. So that's one thing not to wait on for sure.
Yes, we want all of you there, and it's convenient, right? It's connected to the convention center.
Yeah.
So once you fill your buggy or your bags or whatever with all your good stuff that you got from the trade floor, you can just dump it in your room, come back and shop some more. So yes.
Lisa, my shirt's from San Antonio. It's a traditional Mexican blouse. It's my favorite. Side note.
Side note, yes, it's beautiful. You're beautiful always.
Thank you.
Sorry, had to have a coffee
yes.
break.
Oh. Friday.
It's Friday.
Exactly. We made it. Barely.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that you want to make sure that people know, as far as you? What can people expect is I don't even know. Maybe I need a little more coffee this morning. But I know
Friday being perfect. This is perfect for Friday.
That's right.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Only other thing to mention is just at our booth as well. Obviously we'll be doing the classes, but we'll have a booth as well. We will have some of those final products there on display for you to touch and feel in case you don't make a class or you want to see it again. And of course, we're always welcome to answer any questions there if we can't get to it at the show. We will have some equipment like a heat press on display. And again, just giving another plug to Stephanie from Caesar. She will be at our booth, and she tells me she's bringing some goodies that she'll be pressing kind of throughout the day randomly just to show folks, again, kind of how things work and what it would look like and what the process is. Being that we do sell heat presses and other equipment, that stuff will be kind of out and ready for you to kind of look at, play with, ask questions. So again, if you're brand new to it, even if you're not crafting for business purposes, but you're just crafting for fun or trying to try something out, either way, we're there to help, and we'll have kind of basically everything there for you to touch, feel, see, and ask any questions about. So we're super excited again, of course, to be there and kind of show off all of this stuff.
Yeah. Yes. And I want to encourage you, if you're not coming early, or even if you are, check out Kingdom Design's website. Go
Appreciate
through, look at all the different things, and then you can touch and feel and see, like we've been talking about at the actual event. So you'll kind of get an idea of, maybe I should ask this question. It's almost a whirlwind sometimes at these shows. So I always encourage people to make notes, look at our vendor list, see who's going to be there, what is relevant to you, so that you gain the most from the event. So
that's a great tip.
Yes, and we're so excited to see you guys. Yep, so Cope just put up the website, kingdomdesigns.com. Make sure you check it out. We're so excited to see you there, Chris. I know I've had
it's
actually
it's shopkingdomdesigns.com. I don't know where Kingdom Design is going, but
sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Shopkingdomdesigns.com.
Yes.
So let's yes. So check out that website, and then we'll
yeah, and one more side note, just kind of speaking on that, and being that we are a local, and thank you, Lisa, I appreciate that. We are a local vendor, like 3 minutes away from the convention center. We do have options, just because we're talking about equipment and maybe new areas that you're getting involved in. For example, if you're in embroidery, pivoting to sublimation or giving it a try, and there's equipment involved. We do have buy now, pay later options as well. And I'm not going to drop any names because I'm not sure of affiliations and all that. But the point is our programs, there's no interest, there's no fees, there's no kind of crazy business going on there. Whatever the cost of something is, our programs allow you to pay 25% up front. And then make the continuing payments every 2 weeks. But you literally do not pay any fees. Whatever the equipment may cost, or even blanks and such, whatever that final value is, that's what you would pay, nothing extra from that. But normally this is like an online thing, but it is available in person, and we're able to offer it at the show as well, just FYI. If you're budgeting, kind of looking at different things. I know there's a ton of vendors there and stuff that is available with us for some of those larger purchases and even smaller purchases too. But kind of thinking about your game plan going there and what you may need to bring and spend in that. So just want to mention that.
I think that's awesome.
Are you bringing the printers to sell?
Yep.
I know you. Okay.
Yep.
I know
so
you.
What we'll probably do is
about it
bring
previously.
What's that?
I know you had spoke about the printers previously, but I was just. Yeah.
We may physically bring maybe one or two, but again, at our warehouse, we'll have stock there. So if for some reason those one or two disappear quickly, we'll be able to refresh and restock from the store. So we're going to try to bring at least one or two pieces of each equipment just to have it there for quickness purposes, and we'll refill when we need to. So everything will be readily available.
Yes, perfect. And Jenny says, I'm loving all these lives with the different speakers and vendors. It gets you more excited about EEM. We're excited too. We really have a really well-rounded group of vendors and instructors, and it's exciting, all to be in one place, excited about the decoration industry and just having like-minded people to learn and hang out and shop. Woo! And right before the holidays, so perfect time.
Perfect time.
I was talking to someone, one of our attendees called, and she was just telling me that in Myrtle Beach, September is the perfect time because it's like real hot, but then in September it kind of cools off and maybe not as many people, but it's still warm enough to enjoy the beach. And so
and if you're staying at that convention center or at that hotel, I mean, you're literally minutes away from the beach. You're probably, I don't know exactly, but it's probably 3 or 4 blocks down. The beach is right there. I would imagine from some of the higher rooms, you might even be able to see the beach from there.
Yes. So we're excited. There's a lot of people that are going to be bringing their family and making the trip just a little bit longer so that they can enjoy some of what Myrtle Beach has to offer. So again, sign up at eemshows.com. Chris is going to be there teaching 3 classes, and we will have Stephanie with Caesar in his booth that can answer any of your vinyl needs, and they will be selling that Caesar product in the booth along with all the different machines, the heat presses, the blanks, the sublimation, the transfers, all that stuff will be in the Kingdom Designs booth. You guys don't want to miss it. We really invite you to come. We're excited to see you. Bring your friends, bring your family, have a good time. So again, Everything Embroidery Market is going to be September 22nd through the 24th, Myrtle Beach Convention Center. And you can sign up at EEM Shows. You'll see a full list of all of our awesome vendors and instructors on that website, and you can sign up right there. And we look forward to seeing you there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post here. We'll be monitoring that, or you can email us at customerservice@eemshows.com. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next vendor live, and we're excited for what's to come.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.